a 4-day festival called as Diwali. Diwali, it comes from the word Deepali, Deepali in Sanskrit. The Now, there are many things that have happened during these 4 days, and that's how it is celebrated with such a great enthusiasm. The first thing is the day of the Laxmi's birth. That is the 13th day of the moon, Teras they call it. Is the real day when Laxmi was born out of the sea. That's why she's called as Miriam or Mariam. Word Mari or marine also comes from the word sea. So she's born out of the sea. She's created out of the sea. And the wealth of the sea so far, thank God, human beings have not yet exploited. But they may one day start doing that also. And a lot of wealth is still there. So when people start getting worried about exhausting the Mother Earth, you must know that sea is much more than the earth is. So nothing is exhausted. Since there's such a lot reserved for you, and one should not worry. Thank you. As to the supply of wealth that can come from the sea. Now this Laxmi is the goddess who stands on the lotus. She represents all the well-being, the wealth, the glory of wealth, the decoration of wealth, whichever is auspicious. Whatever is not auspicious is not wealth, according to Sahaja Yoga or according to any scripture. It is not wealth at all. So she is a lady who stands on a lotus, showing that a person who has got wealth has to be a person who doesn't assert his pressures on people, who doesn't push people around, who doesn't pressurize. And then she's a lady, she's a mother. So, wealth is the first opening to our seeking. But when you start seeking the wealth, you realize that the superficial wealth that you are seeking is not sufficient, is not going to give you complete joy. So you start seeking the deeper wealth. As I said that on the Mother Earth you have exploited all that is possible. Still there, deep down in the sea, a lot of wealth is still there. So then the seeking moves towards the deeper seeking. So the same Lakshmi becomes Mahalakshmi. When you start expanding yourself to higher and deeper valuable things, then this Lakshmi doesn't lure you much. She's just there for your glory, but not for your satisfaction. The wealth is there for distribution. You enjoy there's no word for dan, I think. Oh, generosity. But generosity is different. But what I'm saying, generous fondness. It's a fondness, you see, that you should be generous. Sometimes is a very great happiness and joy that you feel. That is the greatest. When you are generous, when you give away. That's a fondness. That's a kind of a human expression of one's own being, that you want to be generous. And this generosity only can come when Mahalakshmi principle is born in you. But at Lakshmi principle also, she stands like this. Her hand is like this one, as giving. And the another is like this. So miserliness is not a sign of wealth. I mean, if you are miserly, that means you are not wealthy. If you are really wealthy, why will you be miserly? A simple, quick question is there. That means if you are really wealthy, you will just give away. If you cannot give away, then you are poor. You are a beggar. You are still hankering after that. That means you are still a beggar. You are hankering for it. So this left hand she is giving all the time. With the right hand she protects people. She gives protection to people. The wealth must give protection to people in the way it must look after the well-being of others, not your own self-indulgence, like having all the best things to yourself while others are starving. That's not a sign of a wealthy man. A wealthy man is a person who knows that unless and until he shares his things with others, he is not going to be happy ultimately. For the time being, he may be. People live with imbalances, they live with wrong ideas. But ultimately they have to correct it. If they do not correct this, there are problems. Then there's upheaval, lots of changes come in. People start seeing that, oh, this doesn't work out, that doesn't work out. The children run away from the houses, the family goes into problems, all sorts of things happen. And then they realize, this is the reason. I've been very miserly. I have not been generous. I have not been using money for the sake of others. Now, after coming to Sahaja Yoga, you become a divine person. Definitely you become divine. You are now a divine personality. You are not a human personality. So you have to give up all that is human within you. Then only you will be fully divine. But it's very difficult. That's the problem is, that it is very difficult to really accept that you are divine and that you have to take divine policies and divine attitudes and divine temperament. Now the divine temperament is generous. It is not bothered as to what happens next. It's not bothered because it is connected with the source. If you give one, you will get 100. It is sure about it. And to a divine person, worldly things have no meaning if they cannot give pleasures to others. A person who is very self-indulgent, always bothered about himself, is not a divine person at all. In no way he is divine. It's very common, it's human. Everybody does that. Everybody is self-preserving. But after Sahaja Yoga, you do not start all this nonsense again. You give it up. And who looks after you? Who looks after your self-preservation? Is God Almighty. You are now completely dedicated to Him and He looks after you. You don't have to worry as to how to look after yourself, how to do this, how to do that. It is His work. The more you go on worrying about yourself, the worse it will be. The moment you give it up, it is looked after. Many Sahaja Yogis must have experienced this in their lifetime, that when they try to give it up, they get all the help from God. But whenever they try to assert and worry about their well-being and things like that, then there is a problem. We don't know from where the help comes. Now we have had so many examples, so many so-called miracles, where people wanted to do something and suddenly they got the money from somewhere they least expected. So, for a divine person, the attitude should be of giving and of protection. Protect. Now, we are very good at protecting our bhoots. And protecting others who have booths. You see, the sympathies always go to booths because they have a way of creating a sympathetic attitude in your heart. So you start looking after that person because that person looks so much miserable, you see. You have to protect the saints. You have to protect the principle of God, the divinity in others, and not the booths. You are not here to care for all the booths of the world. So the idea of Laxmi must be understood in a proper way. In Sahaja Yoga, it's a very different thing from all other people know about, like charity. Like people say now we must be charitable, start a charitable organization, in that you look after this kind of people, that kind of people. You are not bothered. You are not, that's not you are given realization for, to look after every sort of a person. You are here to look after all the saints and all born realized children. And you are not to bother about people who do not matter to God and divine. When they come to realization, if they get realization, if they become saints, all right. But you don't worry about every Dick, Tom and Harry on the street. Oh, mother, he's so miserable and this and that. So the charity must be understood in a divine light. And the divine light will give you discretion to understand whom to be charitable. You have to be charitable to your brothers and sisters. You have to be kind to them. Now you will say, what about worrying about mother, people who are starving, who are this? That's not your headache. Why should you do their jobs? We are all good at doing others' jobs. For example, you are driving in the car. Oh, look at this. There should have been this properly done, that they should have done properly. But that's not your job. Why should you waste your energy in finding out what the others should have done it? You should do what you have to do. And don't waste your energy in these things. See, all these charitable institutions, I have seen those people who work there are very difficult for realization. This is the proof of the pudding. Because to whom to do the charity? If there is no other person, you do not do charity to anyone. I mean, sitting down here, I can do charities to people so-called, which are not charities, they are part and parcel of my being. I just do it because they are part and parcel of my being. I don't have to go all out to sacrifice something to do charity. Because that's nothing but ego pampering and ego-oriented. Oh, I have helped this man. And how dare he say such a thing? So this is one quality of the divine. One should know that it is generous. It is generous to a fault. To a fault. It is generous because it is generous. It is not bothered. It doesn't reason out itself. Why should I be generous? It is generous because it is. Because it's the whim, it's the fondness. The fondness of generosity, such as you have fondness, say, people have fondness to drink, for example, let's see. That's not fondness, that's a habit, I think. But you can say some fondness people have. What kind of a fondness you have without forming a habit, I don't know. Because you always have a habit and then the fondness. But supposing you just have a fondness. For example, you are fond of, say, good food, let us take it. Now, if you have fondness of good food, then you will just do it because you're fond of it. Now somebody says, why are you fond of good food? I said, I'm just fond. Finish. Who are you to ask me such a question? If somebody is fond of generosity, he will be generous whether you like it or not. And it is sometimes, to a reasonable man, may look to be a bit too much. The greatest generosity a human being can do is to forgive. I mean, it's not generosity to others, but to yourself. If you forgive others, you are generous to yourself. First of all, be generous to yourself. That is, you forgive everybody else. If you forgive everybody else, then you are not tortured by them. You spare yourself from their tortures. This is a generosity towards yourself. Towards yourself, the greatest generosity is that you do not bear any malice or bitterness about anyone, but clear-cut ideas that he's like this and he's like this. Just a clear-cut idea, but no reaction out of it. Somebody is a man, say he's Bhutish. All right, he's a Bhutish fellow. We know he's a Bhutish. Keep yourself in bandhan, but don't have a reaction out of that. Then you have really forgiven everyone. Forgiveness gives you a big kavacha, is a big bandhan, is a gift protection. We can say a shield from all kinds of evil that others can put on you. Just forgive them. And then you see what happens to them. You just try this trick. Just forgive. And see what happens to others who try to torture you. Of course, divine never wants to torture anyone. That is definite. It never wants to torture. It is extremely generous. It likes to forgive. It enjoys its forgiveness. It really enjoys. Generosity is to be enjoyed in the same way forgiveness is to be enjoyed. It's very enjoyable. When you forgive others, it's the most enjoyable thing is that you see the play. You become the witness.
Sacha Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Mother, you are the doer and the enjoyer. You who are Mahalasmi, please give us the blessings of the divine so we can emancipate the whole humanity and we can light up the places of the world with forgiveness, love, compassion, and peace. Let's have the attention at the Sahasrara. And this Diwali, please give us the light to transform ourselves into real Sahaja Yogis, in complete control of our being, and give us the light of the Spirit. Let's keep attention at the top of the head. No thoughts. Give us today, in all our chakras, the qualities of generosity, forgiveness, love, and compassion. Now let's have the Mahalasmi Stotra. Shri Mataji, may I this day be what you have me to be. May I this day say what you have me say. May I this day be part and parcel of the whole. And may my thoughts be of a realized soul. May I this day have love and compassion for all the mankind. Holy Mother, give us the generosity to give the best of us to others. Mother, we want to be your instruments of peace, so we can celebrate our spiritual growth as you have the growth of our collectivities. Let's keep the attention at the top of the head. No thoughts. So the principle of Mahalasmi express on ourselves. Let's keep the attention inside. Where is my attention? Mother, please give us the power to worship you. Give us devotion and give us the bhakti. Generosity, love, compassion, and discipline. Make us humble so we can consider how important is Sahaja Yoga for us. Give us the light in this time of Diwali, that we can light others' candles. and we can light the whole humanity. This generosity inside us, expressed in forgiveness. Forgive myself and forgive others. I forgive myself and I forgive others. This is the expression of our generosity. In that state, we can grow together. And beyond the state of thoughtless awareness is the nirvikalpa state. The state of no doubts. Let's say the mantra Shri Nirvikalpa. Om Tvameva Sachat Shri Nirvikalpa Sachat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. Shri Mataji give us the attention of the divine. Mahalasmi has the hands giving us the love and the protection. Let's say one more. Shri Mahalasmi. Om Tvameva Sachat Shri Mahalasmi Sachat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. Let's stay in thoughtless awareness and going beyond the thoughtless, beyond the Sahasrara, and no thoughts, and no doubts. complete surrender, and devotion. Shri Mataji make us innocent and fearless, that we can respect ourselves and respect others and respect the Mother Earth and the nature. To have faith in ourselves. But today, the key word is the generosity. To ourselves and to others. And this generosity is expressed in forgiveness.
निर्मलं सकं स्तोत्रम् यत्परिभाति मानरा सर्वसिद्धिमवाप्नोति राज्यं प्राप्नोति सर्वदा एककालं परे नित्यम् महापापविनाशनम् द्विकलं यत्परे नित्यम् धन्यसमन्विता त्रिकलं यत्परे नित्यम् महाशत्रुविनाशनम् श्रीनिर्मला देवी भवे नित्यम् प्रसन्ना वरदा शुभा नमस्तेऽस्तु महामाये श्रीपीठे सुरपूजिते शङ्खचक्रगदाहस्ते श्रीनिर्मला देवी नमोऽस्तुते। नमस्तेऽस्तु महामाये श्रीपीठे सुरपूजिते शङ्खचक्रगदाहस्ते महालक्ष्मी नमोऽस्तुते। नमः
श्री लक्ष्मी के 108 नाम। ओम श्री आद्य लक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः। ओम श्री विद्यालक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः। ओम श्री योगलक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः। ओम श्री गृहलक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः। ओम श्री राजलक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः। ओम श्री अमृतलक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः। ओम श्री सत्यलक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः। ओम श्री भोग्यलक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः। ओम श्री सौभाग्यलक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः। ओम श्री विजयलक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः। ओम श्री गजलक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः। ओम श्री धनलक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः। ओम श्री ऐश्वर्यलक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः। ओम श्री संतानलक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः। ओम श्री भाग्यलक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः। ओम श्री धान्यलक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री वीरलक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री मोक्षलक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री महालक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री सत्त्वायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री शान्त्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री व्यापिन्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री व्योमनिलयायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री परमानन्दरूपिण्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री नित्यशुद्धायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री नित्यतृक्षायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री निर्विकारायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री ध्यानशक्त्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री कर्तृशक्त्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री निरानन्दायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री विमलायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री अनन्तायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री वैष्णव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री सनातन्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री निरामयायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री विश्वानन्दायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री ज्ञानज्ञेयायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री ज्ञानगम्यायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री निर्मलायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री स्वरूपायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री निष्कलङ्कायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री निराधारायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री निराश्रयायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री निर्विकल्पायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री पावनीकरायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री अपरिमितायै नमो नमः। ॐ भवभ्रान्तिविनाशिन्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री महाधाम्न्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री स्थितिवृद्धिर्भवगत्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री ईश्वर्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री अक्षयायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री अप्रमेयायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री सूक्ष्मपरायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री निर्वाणदायिन्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री शुद्धविद्यायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री तुष्ट्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री महाधीरायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री अनुग्रहशक्तिधरायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री जगज्येष्ठायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री ब्रह्मानन्दवासिन्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री अनन्तरूपायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री अनन्तसम्भवायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री अनन्तस्थायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री महाशक्त्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री प्राणशक्त्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री प्राणदात्र्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री महासमूहायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री सर्वाभिलाषापूर्णेच्छायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री शब्दपूर्वायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री व्यक्तायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री संकल्पसिद्धायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री तत्त्वगर्भायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री चित्स्वरूपायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री महामायायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री योगमायायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री महायोगेश्वर्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री योगसिद्धिदायिन्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री महायोगेश्वरवृतायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री योगेश्वरप्रियायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री ब्रह्मेन्द्ररुद्रनमितायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री गौर्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री विश्वरूपायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री विश्वमात्रे नमो नमः। ॐ श्री श्रीविद्यायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री महानारायण्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री पिङ्गलायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री विष्णुवल्लभायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री योगरतायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री भक्तानां परिरक्षिण्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री पूर्णचन्द्राभायै नमो नमः। ॐ भयनाशिन्यै नमो नमः। ॐ दैत्यदानवमर्दिन्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री व्योमलक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री तेजोलक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री रसलक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री जगद्योन्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री गन्धलक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री अनाहतायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री सुषुम्नायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री कुण्डलिन्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्यायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री सौम्यरूपायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री महादीप्तायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री मूलप्रकृत्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री सर्वस्वरूपिण्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री मणिपुरचक्रनिवासिन्यै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री शिवायै नमो नमः। ॐ श्री योगमात्रे नमो नमः। साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Thank you, Shri Mataji, for coming to our global morning meditation, for letting us to express our generosity in all the forms with our others' collectivities, for all the blessings and protection, for the opportunity to improve in collective meditation. Mother, you are the doer. With full devotion, let's bow to Shri Mataji, doing the Namaskar. Rise Kundalini and protection with the Bandhan. Have a blessed day and come back tomorrow.